Okay, we're exiting executive session, and now our next agenda item is open forum. Oh. Do we have anyone?
No, just one thing on your agenda. You had the date of Thursday, March 14th.
Right.
Yes, thank you. So I had
Actually,
thank
Monday.
you. Yes. Joanne called me today. Thank you, Joanne.
Oh,
And
okay.
only 16 people saw it before it was finally posted.
Oh, okay.
None of us caught the day, excuse me. So thank you, Joanne, and we revised that this afternoon. So thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't see it earlier.
Any other open forum? I don't see any hands raised. So seeing no one for open forum, we can move to approval of our many minutes. We won't be discussing the executive session ones. If you'd had a comment on those need to go directly to Ray, but we will start otherwise with the December 13th minutes. Any comments on those?
I have a comment on page 2. Next to the last line, my name is misspelled. Also on page 3, second paragraph, misspelled. And then on page 5, second paragraph, Belanger stated you are only counting as one. I would say counted. And then paragraph 3, you claim the unmasked and unvaxxed are pudding. I would be unmasked and unvaxxed.
Where is that? I'm sorry. On
That
page 5?
is third paragraph, page 5, about 3/4 of the way down. You claim the unmasked and unvaxxed.
Oh, yeah.
Put EDs on there.
Yeah.
And then page 6, last line, my name is misspelled again.
Lots of different ways.
Yes. I take no offense.
Any other comments on which one was this?
December 13th.
Minutes. Is there a motion to accept them with those amendments?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Michelle. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Joanne seconds. Stephanie, all in favor. Stephanie Granger, aye. Sue Hanley.
I wasn't there, so.
Okay, you're gonna
Abstain. Yeah.
Joanne.
Aye.
Michelle.
Aye.
Zach.
Aye.
Okay, so motion passes with the 4 who were present supporting that. Okay, and then our next ones are January 20th.
So on that one, absent, just Michelle is misspelled.
Your poor name.
God, you poor thing. I'll make sure the note taker knows that.
Otherwise, nothing.
Yeah, I don't think I had anything on this one. Anyone else? All right, I'll make a motion to accept them with the amendment of Michelle's name being spelled correctly. Is there a second?
Aye.
Michelle seconds. All right. Stephanie Granger votes, or all in favor of accepting. Stephanie Granger, aye. Zach Cataldo.
Aye.
Sue Hanley.
I wasn't there.
Okay. Michelle Crawford.
Aye.
Joanne Belanger.
Aye.
Okay. Passes with the 4 votes of people who were there. Okay, and then our next one, we are not discussing the executive session minutes, will be the February 17th. No. Yes.
I had no changes there.
I had one, if I can find it. This is my problem because I try and do them online and then I can't find where it was really ticky-tack. It was an IT''S instead of just ITS. but I don't know where it was. Darn it. No one else saw that?
You're talking about the executive session notes?
Oh, I wonder if it was. No, it shouldn't be the executive session.
Oh, you're talking about the regular one.
Yeah.
Got it.
February 17th.
I
Got
thought
it.
was on the last page, but it's not obviously not the last page. Well, I guess I can let a small grammatical thing slip since I can't remember where it was.
We missed Jill.
I hate to print them out just to mark them, but
Yeah.
then it's hard to remember where I need to be better at
Oh,
documenting.
the only thing I had on that one was the second to last page. I just didn't understand. Cataldo, he stated assistant health director would be a better title. It just,
Oh yeah, the he should not be there.
right, Cataldo stated. Yeah. That was the only thing I had on that one.
I can't find it's that's supposed to be IT apostrophe S, so whatever. They're moving to, okay.
And just a question on the under new and old business, on the second to last page, it says this home has received several sanitary violations, reached out to several services to support the homeowner. Can we just put a noun in there? Like, I don't know who reached out to. I assume.
Department.
Yeah, was it our department?
Yes.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, any other comments on those? Okay, is there a motion to accept the February 17th minutes with those amendments?
I'll make a motion.
Zach makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Sue Hanley seconds. All right, if you are in favor, Stephanie Granger, aye. Zach Cataldo,
Aye.
Sue Hanley,
Aye.
Michelle Petoniak Crawford,
Aye.
Joanne Belanger.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay.
Right on schedule, Stephanie.
Woohoo.
Impressive.
Now I just can pull up the agenda again. Okay. So our next agenda item is the request approval of a tight tank installation at 12 Lower Road. And I think we have maybe some people here to join us for that conversation. Is that correct?
Yes, we do. So we have Evan. Let me just make sure he's on. Hello, Evan?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep. Hi,
Welcome.
Evan.
Hello.
Oh, we can actually see you.
And
Yeah.
Abby should be on as well.
All right.
I'm here.
So for 12 Lower Road, thank you for having me back. This is the revised plan, which looks pretty similar to the previous plan, just with no leach field and a slightly larger tank. The tank is being proposed, the tight tank is being proposed in the rear of the property where the septic tank was previously proposed. The reason for this is it maximizes the setbacks to the wetland flags and minimizes required work that needs to be done, and has the most ability to basically absorb any issues with water coming in and dewatering. There'd be less likely to have issues dewatering in the rear of the property because of the ability to set the tank at a more flexible level. So there is really not too much else here. It's pretty straightforward. So if you have any questions, let me know.
Thank you, Evan. Does anyone have any questions for Evan?
Yeah, I've got a couple. One is the alarm. I know it's pretty standard, but I'm just, if you could refresh my memory, is it just going to ring in the house? Is there going to be any remote alarm?
So we've got the audio-visual alarm is proposed to be on the wall, at the exterior wall, right outside of where the screen porch is located. That's where it's pointing. The screen porch is in that corner, that northern corner of the house there. So that's the plan. I mean, you could certainly put one inside, but there's really no convenient location because there is no basement or there's no basement to put it. So it would be a little wonky inside.
Is it battery powered? Is it hardwired? How's it
Hardwired.
hardwired?
Mhm.
And then the
Yeah.
other question is the manhole. I see you got a 24-inch one spec'd. Is that going to be plastic? Is it going to be metal?
Well, I know Westford has a cast iron requirement, so I would assume cast iron. I believe that's what I spec out. Let me take a quick
Yes.
peek here.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's. I mean, it's spec'd out in the details as cast iron. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I have a question.
Joanne.
I just want to go back because I know we talked briefly about conservation and you were going to wait for us before you went to conservation. Was that correct? Or have you
Right.
gone before them? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, not yet. The application's in process. The conservation agent has a copy of the plan. I've gotten a bit of feedback from them, but I haven't gotten any feedback from conservation yet because we need Board of Health approval before conservation can approve
Okay.
the system. Yeah.
All right. Because I just, some of the taking down of trees and things like that, I just want to make sure that they may have comments on that. So.
Oh, one last question for me. Is this getting registered on the deed in any way that there's a tight tank? There is. Okay.
Yep.
So
It needs, we need to register it, we need the written approval from the approving authority to send to the registry of deeds.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Did Abby or Ray have anything to comment on this?
yeah, I just quickly wanted to say that Abby and myself have both seen this plan. You can see things like here, the existing tank cesspool. These items will be abandoned. It's a monolithic tank, which means it is a watertight tank that comes in two pieces and the seal is at the top. There will be a manhole cover that's steel grade and will not be plastic. I just wanted to mention those items. I know those are concerns. There is an O&M agreement in the packet, and as part of the O&M agreement, according to Title V regulations, they are required to have this listed on the deed. This is a seasonal property, so as Evan had mentioned, there's no basement. And I didn't know, Abby, if you have anything you want to add or say about the project?
Think you covered it. I mean, like, we kind of went through everything. This is obviously, I think, Evan's explored every option. This is kind of the last resort here with a tight tank in order to have some sort of system for the property. So I think we've, got it where we need to be. So
So oh, sorry. Abby,
Uh-huh.
are you-
I'm good.
I was just going to ask, as someone who doesn't know a ton about this, as a seasonal property and with an alarm to let people know if there's problems, is it pumped out before the end of the season so that, if no one's there over the whole winter, there would be a minimal problem if something happened?
So that's not a part of the O&M agreement. If that is preferred, it could be done. However, it is a monolithic tank. There's also, I mean, the buoyancy calcs are fine, but again, a tank that's not full is it's better to have a little something in it. But I mean, certainly if that's something that is preferred, it could be put on there. But they will be on a routine, a regimen, basically. And they have to be, with the state application requires that they be contracted with a pumper, basically a licensed septic hauler, to come at a routine basis. And they're going to the licensed septic hauler is going to track the usage. It's almost like an oil company, how they track your usage, and then they come, as needed. And so they come more often at first, but then they adjust to the usage.
Okay, thank you.
One more.
Okay, Joanne, thank you.
One more, sorry. Just about the seasonality of the house. Do the owners expect to like have it on a regular basis, that they'll be, moving in May or June and leaving in October, or like seasonal? What does that mean exactly?
Well, it's not heated,
Okay.
so they're not there now. It's just, it's too cold. I haven't really gotten into, when they come and when they go. I would assume it's more of a summer place than anything else. And so.
No, I'm just thinking about, if they were going to be up there in the winter time, because it's pretty, can the septic hauler get in there? Is it plowed? That kind of thing. That's just making sure that there's access.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, I would assume that's something I don't know the answer to. I'm not sure what they do at this property in the winter, whether they have anything done as far as snow removal, or if they just leave it until summer. I'm not sure, but certainly if they were to go, I would think they would need to have it cleared first anyway, in which case they would need a, septic hauler could probably get in at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
There any other questions? Okay, none. Is there anybody like to make a motion regarding this?
I'll make a motion to accept the tight tank.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Michelle Crawford, Tony Crawford seconds. All in favor, Stephanie Granger, aye. Zach?
Aye.
Sue Hanley?
Aye.
Michelle Petoniak Crawford?
Aye.
And Joanne, who's off my screen.
Oh, aye. My hand's up. You can't see it either.
Nope. All right, thank you. And thanks, Evan, for coming back and taking care of this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you all again, and have a good evening.
Good
Thanks,
night.
Kevin.
Thank
You too.
Thank you.
Okay, we're ahead.
Okay.
Our next item is the variance request for section 11.11A of the Westford Body Art Regulation. The applicant is requesting exemption of section A of A through F in 11.11 of the regulation. I believe I saw
Alrighty.
Ray, do you want to talk to us about this?
Sure. Yep. Let me just promote her. Anna, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
Welcome. So a couple things. Our body art regulations include microblading. The applicant tonight is here before you. There are specific criteria in order to become a practitioner at a body art establishment. As you can see here, 11.11, the section here in the body art regulations, which is in your packet, includes a couple of things. So he or she needs to have proof of 2 years experience in a body art establishment. They need to demonstrate knowledge of these following items, A through F. So the applicant has 2 years of experience. I checked with both establishments where she's been working, which is the town of Acton. That said that the applicant has been no violations, no concerns, no issues. The same for the city of Leominster, where she worked as both an apprentice and a practitioner at a body art establishment. So that being said, also in your packet is several classes that the applicant has taken over the years, which include things like bloodborne pathogens, first aid certification, and so on. She meets all of the criteria B through F. However, A in the Westford's regulations, anatomy and physiology, you need to complete a course, and not only complete it, but with a grade of C or better. Unfortunately, in our regulation, I did notice there are other communities that also have this requirement, but they have kind of a caveat if you have something equivalent. So in other words, you have some training in skin disease disorders and conditions. The applicant did take this course. According to the applicant, she did take this course, however, was not able to take the exam. So she does not have proof of A. So she's here tonight to speak to you about where she's coming from and to ask for a variance from this particular 11.11 section.
Thanks, Ray.
Yep.
So Anam, do you want to address the board?
Hi, my name is Anam, and I've been doing microblading for over 2 years. And actually in September, I think it'll be almost 3 years. And that whole thing with the anatomy and physiology class, like I took the whole class for 4 months with the community college, and I was a month away to pass the exam, and something happened in the family and I had to quit school. And I didn't know like one day I'm gonna need that class. So it's been like since 2015, I did that class, I mean. So it's been a very long time, of course. But I have, of course, knowledge of skin and all the diseases and stuff. I mean, that's why it was so easy for me to do microblading and understand what I was doing.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any questions from board members?
Yeah, is it possible now to get any kind of correspondence from the school, stating that you took the course, or feedback from the professor or anything like that that you could give to our department, just so we would have that on file?
Yeah, I could actually contact them and see if they can get some information on that.
And would it be possible for you to take that test? If it was granted, if we did grant this today, is it possible that, let's say, within the next 12 months that you could take that test, so that that would also be on file?
I could try. I mean, I have a very busy schedule and I'm a single mom, but I could try to do it if I have to.
I guess because my only concern here is, we haven't, as a board, granted variances on this, I don't think, since I've been on the board. I don't know, Ray, please correct me, but in section 11.11, it said 11.12, no permit shall be issued unless the following reasonable investigation by the board practitioner has demonstrated compliance with the provisions of the section, all other provisions of this regulation. It doesn't say anything about that we can grant a variance. I don't know how that works. Do you?
Right, so the way it's been explained to me is that the board could issue a variance per this regulation for this particular section, and certainly could issue any additional condition, as you said, whether it's take the exam, or if you feel that the completion of the courses that she's currently taken meets section A. But I understand we have not come across this issue in the past. The other microblading applicant that we have here in the community does need this section.
Is it, Ray, to your understanding, is it a fairly common requirement?
It is. So the city of Boston has standard template regulations, and several communities, including ours, have adopted those regulations and tweaked them to our own. I will say, I've only looked at Acton, Leominster, where the applicant came from. Both of those regulations do require anatomy and physiology. However, they do have a caveat where if you have equivalent courses, that you can accept those.
I guess I'm trying to understand, yeah, sort of what the
We don't
important,
have that caveat, yeah.
right, we don't have that. And then what is the importance of the anatomy and physiology? I can see the skin disease and the infectious disease and things like that.
Yeah, Steph, I don't know if you can see me on your
Yeah,
screen,
Joanne, yes.
but yeah, I would, that's what I was gonna bring up. It's in there because it's a body art
Mhm.
regulation. So for other modalities, maybe an A&P would be important, but for microblading, I just can't see the relevance of going through a full, semester course for microblading.
Yeah,
And so for me, Zach, I think that's a really good idea to, just have her show something that she actually did enroll in the class and was there and did it. And then, checking with the other communities so we know there's been no issues and she knows what she's doing. I'm more likely to go, grant her the variance and then have a kind of a relook at these regulations and see, because they are boilerplate. I've seen this, we used it in Andover too. And I think it covers everything, but I think this is maybe a little overkill for this modality. And I don't know if we want to, I mean, that's a topic for another another day if we want to relook at these regulations. I don't know the last time we looked at them, but
2018, yeah.
yeah, okay. Well, but for tonight's discussion, that's my feeling. I don't know that this is, all that important. As long as she has all the other issues with the skin and the face, that kind of thing.
I agree with Joanne. I mean, anatomy and physiology, and that's not an easy class to take either. I don't really understand why it's required for this purpose. So, but I mean, because it is in the regulation, I do like what you said, Zach, even if we just refer right now to see that she has taken the course. I don't even know if we need to say that she's got to pass an exam, but and again, it is tricky because it happens to be in our regulation.
I don't know how she would go back and take the exam.
Yeah.
To be honest, she'd have to take the class over.
Take the class again. Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, if she can demonstrate that she was there for the majority of the class, and then we can revisit our regulations, because these were fairly newly for us to adopt, I believe, when we adopted them.
Well, microblading came afterwards. So it wasn't even a consideration when we did this. This was more about body art and, so piercing and tattooing, basically, which then it does become relevant. So,
right. So maybe we just need to add in sort of a caveat for body art or for microblading.
I think though in 2018, that was why we revisited it. There was somebody who was
going to apply.
Hi, that's my recollection. Yeah.
Oh, you got a good memory.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that was when you weren't with us, Joanne. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there was a little bit
with us.
Yes, that's probably it.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Okay. Well, would somebody like to make a motion about this?
So I just have one more question for Armand. So you've applied for this, or you're, trying to do you already have a place to work in town?
Yeah, I am actually currently working on 175 Wilton Road. I do like henna brows and threading.
I see. So you're trying to expand what you do. Is that it?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to grant the variance for section 11.11 A of the Westford Body Art Regulation.
I'll second.
so motion made by Zach and seconded by Sue. All in favor, Stephanie Granger, aye. Sue Hanley,
Aye.
Zach Cataldo.
Aye.
That just changed everything. Joanne Belanger
I
and Michelle Petoniak Crawford.
just,
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
So we're not even requiring her to get proof of, is that right?
Oh,
oh, yeah.
I mean, I think it would be nice, but I personally don't think it's
Okay.
after listening to. I mean, thank you, Joanne, for letting us know about that. You really brought up a good point that it's not. We really didn't. I don't think consider microblading when we had this regulation before us. So it does seem pretty overkill.
Yeah. All right, I'm comfortable with that too.
thank you for being with us, Anam, and good luck.
Thank you for
and-
having me.
Good luck.
Good luck
Thank
with your
you.
business.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
so much, you guys. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
And Ray, when we can breathe enough to put that on as something to perhaps look at and refine, we should add that to
Mm.
our agenda.
All right, great. And
Okay. Next is the COVID-19 education and recommendations.
okay, great.
Isn't it so good that this is like a bottom of the agenda now?
Let's hope it stays that way.
It really is. So we have decided to move the agenda item from COVID-19 updates to more shifting towards more of an education and recommendation approach. And I'm happy to report that we are still in a decline with cases since March 1st. We've had 23 cases as of today.
Again, we have to point out that that's PCR test notified cases
Correct.
that
Yeah.
may not
Correct.
represent the
Correct.
full number.
And but it's very exciting that we're on the decline. So we are pushing our education campaign to still encourage. COVID has not gone away. It's still here. Flu season is still here. And so we encourage everyone to certainly get vaccinated, their boosters, to practice good hygiene for hand washing, as well as wear a mask when you're comfortable if you're indoors. It's a tight space. We've given out a lot of masks. We have masks here at the department if any resident would like one. Any education is at the CDC website. We also have lots of information on isolation, quarantine, healthy diet, keeping your immunity boosted on our webpage.
A reminder that if you have tested positive for COVID and after your number of days in isolation, you are still required to mask for 5 days after.
And that information is also listed.
Great. Does anybody else have, Sue?
Yeah, so just interestingly, Nancy Burns, from the department, she had shared something with MRC. I don't know if anybody else gets the emails from Medical Reserve Corps, but she had a link. Chronicle just had something on about there's a public health museum at Tewksbury State Hospital. I believe that's where it is. But
Mhm.
I was very interested in the segment because they were talking about the fact that, required immunizations have been around since, what was it, 1860 or something? It was about smallpox.
Smallpox.
Mhm.
And it was a very interesting segment that Dr. D.
Al-
Al
Di
Di Maria,
There he
Yeah,
is.
he's
Yes, thank you.
great.
Dr. Al.
Yeah, so it was a
Everybody's
very
grandpa.
good, it was a very short, if you get a minute to go Google it, Chronicle, public health or
Mhm.
something. It was another, reminder that we've had this in the past. This is nothing new. Smallpox, polio. There have been, encouragement to get this vaccine in the past, or vaccines. So I found that very interesting. This is nothing new that what we've dealt with COVID, where people are encouraged to get vaccinated. And I do want to address, it's, of course, I'm not just as a school nurse saying that we should get vaccinated, as a nurse in general, I would say everybody should still get vaccinated if they can. So
Thanks, Sue. And I
I
think
don't believe it's a conflict of interest that I'm a school nurse.
Thank you. I think it's also important to point out that, as much as we should be enjoying this position and time where COVID is not wreaking havoc in our lives, we are unable to forecast what the future holds. And so just want people to recognize, enjoy this time, and hopefully this continues, but nobody is able to predict yet what course and what direction things are headed. So hopefully it stays wonderful and we can move forward without it being, any significant, what's the word?
It's almost exactly
Spike.
2 years. It's almost exactly 2 years from when
Yeah,
we.
March. Yep.
Right. So
Mhm.
fingers crossed.
Yes. No.
So
prayers. Yeah.
if I can add a little bit to what Sue said too about the Public Health Museum, which it is at Tewksbury State Hospital, they have a standard exhibit of an iron lung.
Yeah.
And I think in terms of understanding the progression of vaccine and vaccine preventable diseases, we have to look back at what people had to go through and live through, and why we try always to, if there is some way to prevent a disease that causes not just death, but causes illness and significant disabilities from it, like we're going to have to deal with long COVID, take a look at an iron lung and think about having to live your life, even in a short period of time, in that kind of a mechanism that will allow you to breathe. So, public health is ever changing and, ever evolving, but our main goal is healthy communities and, getting people to a point where they can live without disease. And sometimes it takes, everybody to step up and prevent it for each other too. So, just one more bit on my soapbox, if you give me a minute, just to remember about mask wearing. We have said repeatedly over the years, I've been doing this a long time, for flu season, there's always been masks out at your doctor's office. There's always been masks available. People didn't wear them during flu season, even when they were coughing and spewing and sitting in waiting rooms and stuff. And I'm hoping that the silver lining, one of the silver linings of this, is that people are more comfortable to put on a mask when they don't feel well, more comfortable to put on a mask when they know they have to go into a situation where there may be people who will still be there when they are not feeling well, and that it will become more of a norm than a strange sight. So coming into next flu season, put your mask on if you're coughing. Maybe you have the flu, maybe you have bronchitis, maybe you have pneumonia, maybe you have something I don't want. It may not be COVID, but it's some other respiratory illness. And I hope we all just get used to that sense of wearing a mask and seeing other people with masks on and thinking about they're protecting me, not so much, I wonder what they got,
Yeah. Thank you, Joanne. Appreciate that message. Okay. Anything else on this? All right, then we are on to new and old business. 472 Groton Road update.
Okay, so 472 Groton Road, very excited to report. We have just heard from the courts at Northeast Housing Court System, and the receiver has received approval and the funding to take down the building. So they have filed permits for demolition both at the building department and over here at Health Department, and I've been working with them all week. They're just waiting on the store and for the final sign off. And yeah, we'll see that come down. So that'll be good to make sure the property is secured and that no one's going to get hurt. So that's just a little update that was new this week. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that.
I have a
Thanks.
question.
Sure.
is there a proposal of what's going to happen when when the house comes down? Is there something else proposed to go up? Or not yet?
Not at this time. So
Okay.
the son, I believe, owns the property now. And all the taxes have been paid on the property this week. And so I don't know what the future will be. I know right behind the building is a plaza is going in. So I'm not sure what's going to take place.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. Thank you.
Sure.
All right, then National Public Health Week.
So we're really excited. We've been working really hard with over the last month, bulking up National Public Health Week for us, which is this year is April 4th to the 10th. We're starting our week with a Zumba event. So we're bringing in, last year we did the same thing. We brought in a Zumba instructor who's going to be at the Abbott School at 11 o'clock. It's a family event. We give out hula hoops and balls and put out education and all kinds of things on sun safety. And she brings her music and everybody goes out in the parking lot if it's nice out. And it's an opportunity for an hour to have Zumba. So it's a lot of fun and it's great exercise and it's so fun to see the little kids. And like I said, we give all the giveaways out to them. So that kicks off our event. And then you can see in the packet, we're advertising that right now with the press. As we move along the week, most of them are education. So we have all different kinds of topics: suicide prevention, tick and mosquito. The Hopscotch challenge is also going to take place. That starts on the 4th. That's a lot of fun. Last year we had a winner. She was an 11-year-old girl, 109 squares she had made in the Hildreth Hills neighborhood. And she was awarded a trophy. It's neighborhood against neighborhood. We put several hopscotches out in front of Muffins on Main, library, town buildings, water department, and we kind of keep those fresh if it rains. Encourage families to, relive your childhood, get out, hopscotch. And we give some trophies and some fun certificates and things out. And we just today, Good Picking Farm, we have a plant soil composting program we're putting together. So we hope to have that information out tomorrow. Again, just some fun events. And we also push a lot of different topics out over social media, Facebook. And we have a web page set up right now that we're uploading things from everything from mental health, like I said, to information and so forth. So that is National Public Health Week.
Great. And the school dental program?
So the school dental program, we just wanted to let you know that is up and going. Andrea is our hygienist here, which I'm not sure if you're all familiar with. She works under Dr. Schofield's office, and she has just started. The Robinson School is the first school that she's operating in. She let me know today that it's quite a few kids have already signed up, so that's great. So we're offering dental cleanings, screenings, and fluoride treatments for different age groups. So that's underway, and she works directly with the school nurses in their space to do that.
Great. And then public health nurse, Gail.
I just wanted to let you know that Gail and Nancy Burns are working together on a project where they're putting on different classes for not only Stop the Bleed, CPR, Heart Saver for employees, and hopefully soon to the public. So that is something that's been really built quickly. It's been really responsive to now that we're able to get folks together a little bit, space them out, but still be able to offer it in person.
That's great. I had one question. There was the survey from UMass Lowell about health stuff that is out. Is that, do you know what I'm referring to? You must know. The one.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I think it's a Greater Lowell thing.
yeah.
Yeah. 'cause
Oh,
I
yes.
filled it
So
out.
we have promoted it. Thank you. So that's Greater Lowell Health Alliance.
Yeah.
So that survey we've promoted several times now over Facebook. We do have it under, we have a brand new mental health and substance abuse webpage that Brittany Nash, our Regional Community Health and Wellness Coordinator, has updated. So that information is out there. We actually just heard on Friday that the most recipients they've received is from Westford. They have 200 recipients, so they're really excited.
Oh,
that
wow.
Brittany's been great about pushing it, and like I said, we've been on the social media, so we are aware of that. That's
Good.
all
I
that.
also put it out to the diversity, equity, inclusion group in town,
Great.
and we put it out on their website as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, you caught me there.
No, I couldn't remember the name. Okay, and so I think that, sorry, I clicked off the agenda, is it for this evening.
That's
Yay.
it. Thank you so much.
Wow.
I'll make a motion.
Sue makes a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Michelle seconds. All in favor. Stephanie Granger, aye. Sue
Aye.
I was muted.
Zach Cataldo.
Aye.
Michelle Crawford. Petunia Crawford.
Aye.
And Joanne Belanger.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Wonderful. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Ray. I
Night,
hope you are-
everybody.
Thank you. Have a great
you, Ray.
night.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.